Where's the posse?
Okay, welcome to another episode of the Relic Posse. Today we're at a brand new permission. Kind of excited. I've been in a huge coin drought. These guys have been finding reals, largies, a cool Civil War token. I found lots of buttons. I'm hoping I'm going to get some coins too. Indians. I haven't got an Indian all year, I don't think. But we've got a new property with a lot of history. Hopefully Sue the landowner later will even give us a little bit of a description of what was here. But really excited. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're only 199,000 away from our goal of 200,000. So hit that button and help us out. And saddle up. It's time to take another ride with the posse.
And take off, eh?
Just wait till the end for that.
Oh, that's right.
Wish us luck.
Alrighty, let's hope that works. Time for cookies.
Cookie. Start with C.
Yeah.
So does coins.
I was telling them earlier the barn is a different color because the snowplow hit the barn on the corner, and we had to have that redone.
Yeah.
Too bad we couldn't have done the whole barn.
Yeah.
I love it just the way it is. I love the...
Yeah, no, it's gorgeous. And even neater if it used to be an old house in the 1700s.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what we've heard. And the family that we bought it from, there was two people. There was a second mortgage and a first mortgage. And the people that owned it originally, the Hull family, there's only one left, and I've noticed she's not in her house. I think she may have gone into a rehab, or not rehab, but you know, a senior citizens living place or something. But she was kind of old.
Yeah. Do you know if there was another house on the field down further?
I have no idea.
Because it kind of...
I do know that this land here was part of ours, because ours goes all around it. And then they built the house for the I think it was the superintendent of schools or somebody. They built that house.
It's kind of neat having the cemetery across the road, because that means they probably park horse and buggy on this side.
Probably.
Yeah.
And in the cemetery, you'll find a tombstone for Stores Macias, who the road is named after.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his first name is Stores, S-T-O-R-E-S.
Huh.
So he's over there.
Yeah.
And you'll find the Hull family that originally, I guess they were the original livers here, except for the one that's still alive somewhere, but the rest of the family's over there.
How old is that cemetery? Does that go back in the 1800s?
Oh, it goes way back.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a really old section, and then there's a newer section, and then the very new section.
Well, Chris is probably right. They probably did park horse and buggies across the street. And
Probably.
Stuff like that, and over that for services.
Well, anything we find, we will show you. If you want to keep anything, you can keep it all, keep some of it.
I'm trying to get rid of stuff.
I know.
Well,
but
go ahead,
your
walk
husband
around.
being a history teacher,
Yes.
you might want to keep something.
Oh, well, and he said to me, he goes, gee, you should show them. He goes, didn't you have some Civil War things from your great-grandfather? And I think I gave them to my daughter that's in New Jersey, and she was going to research them and look through them and everything, and I haven't heard back, so.
Yes.
She's probably sewed them onto a jacket or something. Never knows. Oh, so feel free to look around, okay?
All right, thanks.
Well, thank you.
You can see I didn't get too far. Dug 2 holes. First one was garbage, and the second one, probably garbage too. I don't know what this is. Looks like somebody lost an eyeball. If anybody's missing an eyeball out there, let us know.
Well, there's Mike. There's Bill. We're just getting started. My first hole, a memorial. It's a 1969. It's looks like an older coin already. It's pretty worn, and I don't know. But it's my first hole and my first coin, so not bad. Okay, my next hole is an old key. Not sure if it's a Yale or what it is yet. Not even sure how old it is. Looks semi-modern. Maybe a house key or the barn, I don't know. Can't see the name off it just yet, but It's not a skeleton key, so it's still nice. It's not a bottle top, so alright, get back to you.
Well, I whined on the introduction about not getting any coins. Got my first coin. Same as Chris, a memorial. It was half in the ground, half above, so toasty. I can't even make a year out of it, but I can clearly see it's a memorial, nothing old. Hopefully the next one will be older. What a beautiful sight. And no, I'm not talking about Bill or Chris there. I'm talking about the trees in the background. I don't know if the camera's doing them justice or not, but it's the middle of October and the colors are just beautiful over there. Absolutely gorgeous. Well, this is kind of interesting. I hope you can hear me over about 10,000 geese flying over. But up near the road, got the cemetery on the other side of the street behind me. And pretty sure it's just an old bullet. Looks like it's been flattened. Must have hit something hard because it's been flattened real good. First I thought maybe I had a button of some kind, but pretty sure it's a bullet. Just kind of neat the way it was flattened out.
Okay, finally got my second coin, stepping up in the world. Still or a penny, but this one's a Wheatie. I don't think I can get the date off it. I'm going to try later, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. Bill's being joined by well, the owner says it's a dog, but I think it's more of a horse. Looks like a Pinot. Well, as small as that is, that's probably going to be our washer of the day. If not the washer of the day, it's one of the washers of the day. It's the first one I found anyway. Alright, that makes it an episode.
The geese are going. You can see why I thought this was a bullet, look, or a button. Look how flattened that is. Kind of neat. Almost looks like it has a pattern the way it was flattened out, but you can see the bottom. So pretty sure it was an old bullet. Nice patina, so definitely an old one. Had to dig probably about 4 inches for it, which is one of the deeper things I've dug today. Unfortunately, the rest I've dug was all trash, but kind of cool. Hopefully it's a sign that things are getting better.
Well, Mike is walking over there, and I found a surface find that I think he didn't even find yet. And he's the one that always finds these. Look at that. It's a beauty, eh? Did you find one of these yet?
What's that?
Did you find one yet?
One what?
Golf ball.
No, you're one ahead of me.
Ah, you always find them.
I know, I found one last week.
Yeah. I guess I'm the winner this week.
I better keep my eye open. Well, this one's kind of cool. It's not really much, just a little metal tag, but it says postage guaranteed. Something deposit any mailbox. Disabled American veteran, Cincinnati, Ohio, 40, the zip code. Can't really read the whole zip code, 40214 maybe. Interesting. I don't know if it was something that was attached to something on the cemetery over there, but thinking not. I don't know, you wouldn't put something there, deposit in a mailbox, so it's different anyway. There's a hole on the left, little piece of string left over. I don't know if there were keys attached to it or something, but still kind of cool. Most interesting thing I found today anyway yet. But we still got a couple hours left. Hopefully we'll find more.
Alright, the houses that we're at down here in the fields, Chris and Mike are over here, weren't really getting anything down there at all. One thing here, the ground is horribly hard and full of rock and a lot of iron down that way. I decided to come back up into this field here and was walking across and found some pottery or whatever, and I got a nice signal, and I just opened up the plug here and dug this. I think it's a large cent, and I'm going to clean it up, and I'll take the lens cover off the filter because you'll probably be able to see it a lot better. I'll clean it up and see, but it definitely looks like a largie. Alright, we'll be right back at you. All right, definitely a large scent. It can't really get a whole lot off from it. It's got to get cleaned up a little bit better. But hey, I'll definitely take it. This field's been pretty silent so far, except the iron and the trash. And hopefully I got in a little area up in here, and we'll be able to find some more coins and cool stuff. All right, we'll be back at you.
Well, Bill's over there, says he just got a largie. Chris was over here saying what seemed like a trash pit, or maybe something was around, and he's down a little further now. And I just dug what really sounded like a silver coin. Turned out to be a big old square nail. So we're kind of out a ways now from the building, and we're wondering if something was back here, a barn or something. Either way, I would have preferred a largie to this, but the old square nails are always cool. Let's see what we find next.
All right, I'm digging around up here and up on top of that hill where I found that large scent a little while ago, and just found a nice old flat button. So awesome. The light is starting to fade, but we'll be back at you hopefully with a couple more finds before it gets dark.
All right, new field, new permission, and Bill there just got a washer. Chris has given him instructions. And I just found a button. Cleaned this up a bit already. Not super old, but kind of neat. Nice old metal button. Does look like it's got some writing around the edges there. I'll have to clean it up some more to see, but good start. Hopefully there's some older stuff here too. We will see. So we are hunting where the maps show in the 1800s there was a house, and these trees here are a good sign. Nice old trees where there aren't any anywhere else, and a lot of iron in here. Chris just dug something over there. Bill's a little bit further away from where the house was. I was just walking my way out, just way too much iron in here, and I got a good silver sound, and I got silver. Not something from the 1800s. Looks like it's a merc, but it's still silver. So I will take it and I will be happy with it. There we go. Can't see the date. Let me get some water, wash it off, and see what we got here. Well, my water was empty, but Chris is coming over to the rescue. He's got the posse juice. So let's see what we got here. All right. And I had to pull my magnifying glass out to read it, but in 1941, and doesn't look like there's any mint mark on the back, but I'm happy with it. Been a few weeks since I found silver. Love it. Let's see what we find next.
All right, today's the 16th, and just got my first hole in this new field that we're on, and actually I saw it this way, and saw the silver initially, and I'm thinking, oh, a little coin, but it's the first washer. So hopefully we'll have some better luck here. Mike's right. Ooh, definitely need to change a filter. Mike's over here. Chris is way over there. You're probably not going to see anything because of the sun. And I'll change my filter, and it'll look a heck of a lot better for you. On to the next.
Well, this was a tough one. It was kind of an iffy signal. It was sounding good, then it wasn't sounding good. Opened up the hole, and the reason it was sounding good and not sounding good was there was a square nail in there. Once I moved that, though, it sounded great. And penny. Just a weedy, but believe that's 1935, possibly 1936. I don't see a mint mark. But the coins are getting older, 41 to 36. Let's hope we keep going in that direction. All right, let's see what we find next.
Well, Mike just dug a Merc over there. These guys are both finding buttons. I really haven't found anything. And boy, I was excited when I pulled that out. Clean it off and it says play money. But I guess play money is still my first coin, right? Doesn't say how much it's worth, but it does say play money. I'm excited. Well, I thought that was going to be a button. Little button, but it's not. Looks like it's a piece of a rivet. Looks like it still has something in the middle, leather maybe. I don't know if it's off a saddle or what. Oh well, gotta keep on looking.
Alright, over here and just dug my third hole, got a signal, and I thought it was a piece of junk at first, but actually if you look at that, it's actually a half of a locket. It's pretty cool. It looks like it was all intact and it just kind of rotted away over time, but it not bad. Finding an old locket like that. Hopefully there'll be some more old good stuff around here. Alrighty, back at you.
Well, you probably can't see Mike and Bill. They're way over there. I know the camera's a little light right now. But over by those trees is where we think the house is. I'm way out yonder. I found looks like a doorknob. It's kind of a small one, but very ornate. I don't know if you can see it at all because I don't have a dark enough filter on right now, but it's very ornate. It might be a drawer pull, but actually it might be because it looks like it has threads in there. It's either a big drawer pull or a small door handle. I don't know. Pretty cool though. Well, here's another something or other. I'm not sure what it is. It's maybe the top to a bedpost or something. Almost looks like a plumb weight, but a little big for that. Not pointy enough. I'm guessing the top of a bedpost. Looks old. Can't tell if it's copper or brass. It'll ring up about a 95 on the dais. So I'm guessing brass, but I'm not sure. That's where I hit it with the shovel, so looks brassish. Pretty neat though.
Looks like Bill's digging over there, and I just got what might be a thimble. Not 100% sure. It looks like one. And it's got the markings on top, the X's, and just not 100% sure if that's what it is, or if it is, it's definitely not a silver one. But I'm going to call it a thimble. Might just be the top to something. Either way, it's going in the pouch. We'll see what we find next. Well, I just got some kind of mystery item, possibly a lighter or something, but as I'm digging this, whatever it is, Bill is yelling, possibly a button, possibly a coin, whatever it is, it's big. So let's check this out. He's about the size of a large cent, he says. Hasn't plucked it out of the hole yet. Let's watch together as he does. Oh yeah.
It looks very promising. Best looking thing that I've dug so far.
Yeah, worst case it's a dandy, but that looks like a largie all day.
Yeah, that is. It is a large cent.
Any detail on it?
If we could get something off from it. Look at it with a magnifying glass. Oh yeah, I can see it. I think it's where's the head? Right there.
Oh yeah. Beautiful.
No. That is a, I think it might be a classic head, or
You might be able to get a date off
Can't
that.
really
You can see
tell.
the stars and everything.
yeah,
That is nice.
come out good. First kind of coin signal that actually was a coin in here.
Yeah, I've got the Merc and the Wheatie so far, but that's a lot older than either.
Yeah. See a 9, and then I think it's an 89 or 69. Let's see here.
That doesn't make sense. Should be earlier than that.
18. I see the 18. Something 7. 18 something 7.
Well, cool. Let that dry a little bit, and I think you're going to get
Yeah.
a lot of detail on it. How's the back look?
Back's not as good. There's a little bit of detail on the back, but definitely not as much as the front. No.
All right. Well, nice
Let
find.
it dry up. Thank you. Well, at least they're on here.
What do you make of
got
this?
A lighter?
Is that what you think? That's what I was thinking too.
That's
Yep,
a
an old lighter.
An old Zippo or...
Has some writing on the back.
Yeah.
Tell you what, you got your magnifying glass out.
Yeah.
Tell me what it says on the back of that.
Zippo.
Have a year?
Zippo Manufacturing. Serial number on it.
But no year?
No, I can't see a year.
Got to be an old one. I dug deep for that. It was, I want to say 7 or 8 inches down.
Yeah, definitely an older Zippo.
All right, very cool. Thought I had a lock at first, but then when I started
Nice.
cleaning up the top, I figured it was a lighter. All right.
We'll pick around in here.
Kind of funny. Earlier in the year, I found a lot of horseshoes. Every one of them was half a horseshoe. Didn't find a whole one. Last week, Bill found a whole one. And this week, after several weeks, I found another horseshoe. And of course, the one I found is half a shoe again. Pretty deep, but just half a shoe. Bigger than a lot of the ones I found, but still just half. Still working on that first full horseshoe of the year, I guess. Oh well. Let's see what we find next. We just got out of the car, new field, and I've got a plug I was about to pop, and I realized that Bill and Chris were both here digging too.
Well, it's all crap.
Bill thinks it's going to be crap. He might be right. But I got the camera out in case one of the three of us finds something worth filming.
Crap, I
Yep.
know that.
And they're getting down on their knees. We're getting close. A race to see who finds what first.
Mine's a piece of crap.
What'd you find?
A piece of junk.
Piece of junk.
Yep. Shimmed to something.
We think there was an old house here. Bill's pretty sure on the map. And he thinks school across the street. So we're hoping this is going to be a good field. It's the first chance we've had to get in this field. Now that the corn's down.
I got a silver dollar with a handle.
Garbage, garbage.
That came off a wiener can.
Oscar Mayer.
And let me see what I got.
One of those,
Okay, so they both found garbage. And I'm expecting the same. Somewhere in the middle of the clump here. It's sounding awful big to be anything good. Oh, it's in the smaller clump now. Let's It's in the little one. I need a third hand. 2 to dig with. Oh. Is that a button? Yeah. Looks like a dandy, maybe? Well, I guess they weren't all junk. Cool. Cleaned it off a little bit. You can see the shank smashed over onto it there. And on the front, I see absolutely nothing, but dandies are always cool. This is my second dandy in 2 outings. And I think my second dandy of the year. Cool. Let's see what we find next.
All right, we changed properties. We're over here on another property that we have permission for. And right over here where this clump of trees is, we just went in there, and that's an old cemetery in there that's been forgotten. And it's definitely sad to you know, realize that these people died back in the 1700s and early 1800s, and you know, there's really nothing left of in there. And it's all overgrown. Tombstones are all broken and laying on the ground up against trees, and a lot of them you can't even, you know, read the names or whatever. But we looked at one, and it was a baby, and it died in like 1803. So it's definitely an old cemetery. So picking around here in the field, coming back up, and I had a nice signal in the hole here, and I dug it out, and it's an old top to a jar or a bottle or whatever, glass top with a copper cap on it. So that's definitely nice. It's a neat old relic uncovered here in this field, and we're gonna play around out here a little bit and see, hopefully we could dig up some old coins. All right, back at you.
Well, my third find. Found that dandy button right over there. Bill and Chris are making their way back already. Not sure exactly what this is. It's just a flattened piece of lead, but it looks an awful lot like it was intentionally shaped into a heart. Don't see any initials on it, but still pretty cool. I like it. Let's see what we find next. Well, we've escaped the cow manure, and we're back in the field where I got that War of 1812 button a couple of weeks ago. It was not too far from that tree right there, the one with all the yellowish leaves. And up this way found another button. Now this one, as far as I can tell, it's smaller, and I don't see any markings, but it's a nice old button. The shank is pretty much gone, but still adds to the button collection. Love it. Can't wait to see what we find next. Not quite sure what this is. I think it's another button. If it is, it's very old. Kind of a strange back. So it may be something completely different. If anybody has any ideas, let me know. Rang up about the same range as buttons usually do. No clue. All right, let's see what we got next.
All right, I'm way out in the middle of this field, out in the middle of nowhere, and I found 1800s buttons and 1800s coins in here, and get a nice penny signal, and I come over here and I dig this plug out, and it just goes to show you could dig a stinking Lincoln anywhere. That's amazing. I thought it'd at least hopefully be something a little bit different, but all right, hopefully we could get back on some old buttons and old coins. We'll be back at you.
Well, we have been in this field for about an hour now, maybe an hour and a half. Mike and Bill are way up there. They're on their way back down the hill. And I just dug my first hole, the first good sound I had. Boy, when that was in the hole, it looked like a quarter. And I would be excited if it was the first washer of the day for the episode, but Oh, actually, it's not a washer. Looks like a hem weight. Okay, so it's a little better then. Not positive that's what it is. It does have the weight for it though. But it looks like a hem weight, so I feel a little better now. I thought it was a washer. Alrighty. Let's see if I can go another hour and a half without any more signals.
Chris and Bill are right over there. And I've been finding a variety of things today. Buttons, coins, old lighter, thimble. Just found myself a nice big musket ball. That thing is huge. Love finding the big ones like this. And found a bunch in these fields. This one isn't too far from where I found that War of 1812 button a couple weeks ago. Don't know if there's a relationship between the two or not, but this is a nice, big, heavy musket ball. Alright. Wish me luck on the next one.
Alright, we're going to start the wrap up, and I'm going to go first because I didn't find Jack or Jill. So I got throughout the fields one Wheatie, one Memorial, not sure of the year, who cares. This thing's kind of cool, I'm not sure what it is. If anybody knows, let me know. It looks like it has a heart in the middle. It's probably some kind of trinket out of a gumball machine or something. Got the not too old of a key. It does have writing on it, I didn't notice that earlier. It says USA, so that's one good thing. Got my golf ball. And I got my play money. That's a cool coin right there. It just says play money on it, nothing else. Not sure what that is, but it looks like top of a bedpost maybe. That's my guess. And I don't know what that is. Almost looks like part of a file, but don't know. And this one's kind of cool. It's really ornate. Can't tell right now though. It's some kind of drawer pull. It's a big one. I thought it was a little doorknob at first, but it can't be that small. But pretty cool. Just a little while ago I got my hem weight that I thought was a washer. And then a rivet with the leather still in it. See, nothing cool in my pile. So we'll go on to Mike next.
Yeah, because Bill's got those largies, so I think he's the winner.
That's why you're last.
Alright, I found some interesting things. Found that half a horseshoe earlier. That first field we were in, I still don't know what this is. Still think it looks like an eyeball. Bunch of buttons. 4 different ones. I think this is a button. Could be something else, but thinking it's a pewter button. The dandy. A couple other nice ones. Found that tag. Thimble, kind of cool. Microphone's casting a shadow.
Thimbles are always cool.
Found this was just a flattened bullet. I just kind of liked the way it looked, so I snagged that. That heart, I still think it's had to have been made that way intentionally. It's a lead heart. And I think I said the 2 musket balls, the big one, the little one. And the coins, I think at the very beginning I complained I hadn't gotten any coins. Did get a couple this time. The one on the right's just a Zinkin. But then I got a Wheatie and I got a Merc, so I got a little bit of silver. And now, Bill's turn.
Alright. After a little bit of a field hopping, I don't know, I think maybe what we hit, like four fields, something like that, 4 or 5 fields. I found this cool top to a jar or a bottle or something. It's I believe it's copper on the top and glass on the bottom. Definitely old. This could be a pocket watch. It's either a pocket watch or a locket, but very well could have been either one of those. But that was neat. Found my washer. This is a button. It has two holes in it and kind of open in the back. I don't think that's really that old. Probably early 1900s. Got a nice flat button out of one of the fields. Nothing on it. And then this other button here. This kind of a concave type button on the back. And then 2 with best finds here is I found a bucket lister for me. It's a King George copper. It's got King George on the front of it facing to the left, and then on the back Britannia on the back. I can't get a year off from it, but I could definitely you could definitely make out King George on it and Britannia on the back. And then today I got this I believe it's a classic head large scent, maybe braided hair. I don't know. I think it's 1823. Could possibly got the date off from it. We can make out the 18 and then the 3 at the end, but not too sure about the third number on it. But that came out, that's probably going to clean up a little bit better, so I'll probably be able to get a date off of it. And then, like I said in the video, you're out in the middle of an old field finding old coins, and you end up finding a Lincoln head penny. But not too bad. And please join us for our next video. We are actually going to be in Mississippi doing some relic hunting, a Civil War battlefield. So hopefully we'll find a lot down there, and that'll be interesting. So stay tuned for that.
Well, we did a lot of field hopping today, but we found some cool stuff, so it was worth it. And we're going to celebrate with a beer that makes me think of Dude, Where's My Car? It's called That IPA. Hey, dude, hand me that IPA. Which IPA? That IPA. What's it called? That IPA.
That's it.
Yep, somebody was proud of themselves when they named this one.
India.
Pineapple.
Looks like ginger ale.
And
That's a
wrap.
wrap.
Maybe that's what we need to do. Now that we got That IPA, find a beer that's called That's a Wrap.
It does taste like pineapple.
No, it doesn't.
Tastes like shit.
Yeah. Well, from Chris's reaction, let me guess. What are we never going to buy again?
That IPA.
It's not that bad.
Not that good either.
Take off, eh? What the f is that?
That is.
I should leave that on there.
Got
It's the same people that made the pineapple